Boston, Massachusetts carries an undeniable history of revolution, freedom, and culture. Just 6 miles west of downtown is historic Boston College. Founded in 1863 by the Society of Jesuits, it is home to 15,000 full-time students, each with their own story. That includes Nico Olbrys, a sophomore whose dreams of playing soccer in college came to an abrupt end after a series of unfortunate incidents on the field.
Unfortunately, injuries, take their toll. I had my first concussion when I was a freshman in high school, and that kind of set me on this path towards dealing with the issues that I dealt with, and that went along until my senior year, where unfortunately I had to stop playing the sport that I loved.
Multiple concussions suffered on the soccer field had done far more damage than Nico or his family realized, and a promising career quickly became secondary to his health.
Yeah, I ended up making what I thought was a full recovery from that concussion, and I played for 2 or 3 years afterwards. But what I didn't realize at the time was that there were a lot of systems in my brain and in my body that weren't necessarily functioning how they were before. And after I recovered, my whole reason for being, I guess, was to play college soccer. And so I was in the recruiting process. My team was doing well, we were going to nationals. And unfortunately, my senior year, after I had had one of my best performances, and I thought I was gonna basically sign with a school that I had been close with for a while, I got a random concussion in practice. And in that moment, I didn't know it at the time, my whole life just completely took a turn.
Frustrated with traditional medicine, Nico found a valuable alternative method of treating the painful symptoms that his PCP seemed to have no answers for.
Functional neurology is a specialty. It leverages clinical neuroscience. We use advanced rehabilitative strategies, different diagnostic equipment that's not common, to give us the best clinical outcomes in terms of neuroscience that are possible. So we end up trying to optimize neurological function for our patients.
For me, it was my whole life, right? And so when your whole life feels like it's upended, you want to do anything in your power to figure out how to fix it. I just had this desire to figure stuff out, and that didn't really fully happen years later when I found functional neurology and when I found the Neurologic Wellness Institute and places like Pro Performance Care.
Not long after that, he had an epiphany that would set him on a new course.
I realized I had this premonition of sorts. One night I couldn't go to sleep because I felt like this information could save so many people's lives in many ways, and also so many student athletes' careers. Not only could I help them, but it was the most fulfilling thing I could ever do for myself.
What once seemed like tragedy has now turned into a meaningful purpose in life. He started an Instagram page to share his findings in hopes of helping others who were struggling for the same answers that have evaded him for 6 years.
Quarterback Kirk Cousins.
I've become the person that I am today because of this adversity. Going through things is what eventually defines us and what brings us to our calling.